We're back with game therapy. We started where we left at. Same hospital. Different time, obviously. But and the topic today is going to be.
Sorry, lady.
I think I'd end them this time. Not really thinking about anything that much. So, oh, that's memory lapses. All right. The things that could cause memory lapse is thinking that you're not good enough, lapses in emotional pressure. You know, like you'll feel something like, yeah, I got him into this mood right now. You know, like I'm in this total mood right now. Like everything's just firing on all cylinders, and that's great. And that's what's supposed to be happening usually. But people think that because of them doing stuff different ways, and they're like, oh, dude, it's because you ate those taquitos. No, it has to do with the alignment of your I don't want to say chi because it would sound too stupid. It's about your synapses firing and bringing them energy to the rest of your limbs, I guess, and you basically feel a certain vibration. Let's see. Like, oh, like, okay, like, thinking about something and then thinking about something else. Like, it can cause a memory lapse later on as a reflex in your own mind. Breaking a rhythm or a pattern that you're usually not used to. Usually not used to breaking, can cause lapses in memory, motor function, and a whole bunch of different other things. So if you realize that it's just like the luck of your brain basically picking a lottery out of emotions and things, and not realizing that those synapses firing, not firing really, they're like turning on basically. It's like a light bulb. It's not like a gun, because the light bulb doesn't fire. The light bulb lights. So it's like a light going on off your head in your head, or like an electrical pulse basically. That's what your brain gives off. And it sounds like you're, oh my god, so technically speaking, if we were to build robots, they'd still be a creation. So, taking, I guess, not to say like, what's the word,
we have a visual. Moving to engage.
Let's say, the approach between, yeah, I think and a lot of it goes back into what people say about Frankenstein. There's a piece of something mixed from a whole bunch of different places is technically I mean, the world is kind of really old, so does it really want to be separated and told what to do a bunch? I mean, that's the environmentalist approach, but so let's see. But what's another opinion about it? Is like, well, the world kind of allowed us to be here for a really long time, so why would it want us to leave? Sort of approach. I guess, and there's different reflexes and different spinal things we can think about. Synapses firing in the spine, because I mean you send signals down your spine, pulses basically down your spine, and to your different nerve endings to tell you when you're feeling something or when you're moving something that you're feeling it. So you can take that into you use parts of your brain to remember things, and people think that they can just store as much data as they want to, or they oh, I went to that class like 10 years ago and now it just doesn't work anymore. No, I mean, there's still some reflexes that you have already that would make you that thing, right? That would there's still some reflexes in your own brain that make sure that that you can do things later on in life. So, but there's also like reflexes in your own brain that can change up the synapses pulse firing, synapses pulsing, and sending electrical signals to the other parts of your brain, saying that they want to replace a certain part of your memory, because on average, the human brain can only store up to about a few terabytes of information, and terabytes, it seems like a lot, but we're always talking, we're always doing different things, we're always like trying to figure out certain math problems that we found out before. Like, I guess that I haven't gone to school for a while.
I have eyes on the target.
I thought my math knowledge is kind of, not really facts, but
You have entered for Zancudo airspace. Divert
I can't
immediately.
really doing it at all. Like. I mean, there's like memory loss can cause different things, and people say it's like, dude, like, drugs are bad. That can make you seem lax for a little bit, and it only teaches your brain to while it's consistent. So for that,
We are en route. Air support en route.
but only because of the fact that like tobacco farmers are getting to regrowing, and that's pretty much what they've been doing this whole time, is making weed farms everywhere. So people can legalize weed. So
We're dispatch. Where'd he go?
not this whole time as far as being a cigarette
Air
company,
support.
but
Suspect heading east.
get and tap. But I'm going off track. Memory loss. Or that like that it has to do with emotional conduit as well. That's not what I talked about before. It can cause you to think that you have memory, but as soon as you hear it, as soon as you see it, it's like a song. Like one song you can't remember the information, but when you're around the song, or when you're around somebody playing the song or something like that, you're like, oh my god, I know all the words to this. And then, but that's kind of what memory lapse is. It's like a selective memory lapse. Mind realizing that it can match up with whatever is going on, but also realizing that it doesn't want to go back to that as information that it's already done. Yeah, we landed it. We had engine failure. No worries though. Realizing that those synapses firing can kind of misfire, not really misfire, but not get every part of the brain or every part of what you really want to get out of the whole synapse firing. What you'll realize is soon enough you can have a part of yourself compartmentalize your thoughts, or compartmentalize your emotions or anger, because what happens is when you think, or what I believe happens is when you think about something more than twice or more than 3 times or more than a bunch of times, it like engraves it into your brain. So going to college for me, yeah, he left the dog outside. He won't stand outside, he's just barking. Alright, so we're surprised those synapses firing can mean so many different things. And not because of them, like meaning so many different things, I guess, or are you thinking about a whole bunch of different stuff at once? You can overload synapses sometimes, and you can actually stop making room for your own thoughts, basically. Not for your own thoughts, but non-spontaneous thoughts, basically. So so when you realize that like you can't hack into a brain, I mean obviously you can't hack into you can merely suggest to people for stuff, and yes, like that. All right. Realizing that what's the word? Synapse firing in your brain can cause not the words, but the memories of those words. You know, like, let me get back. I don't want to get back. God. I'm just gonna get. Nope.
That's something new. Oh my God!
Need the passenger book. Are you down? Are you down? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna need a passenger.
Bullshit!
Yes, I'm gonna have to take you on a tour. Alright, so, as we understand, they can create reflexes. Those reflexes can take over different parts of your brain, and they can be like things that you're good at, like football, baseball. But don't realize that other parts of your brain have to fire. Dang it, we don't have our passenger anymore. Darn it. Guess I'm not gonna hear us. It's okay. I was gonna tell them about a whole bunch of different stuff, but I just told you zero viewers. Alright. So, as those synapses start firing, we start to make reflexes with what those synapses happen to be. We can also realize that when those synapses fire, they replace something, like a thought or a thought pattern that we want to get back to, or we want to forget, or completely remember. Like the formula to something, and that's why mathematicians have to write every single thing to do down, because they can't just remember everything. If they did, they hardly wouldn't think about anything else. They'd probably be an idiot of some kind, or just really lazy, and then not anything else but mathematicians. But that wouldn't get them their high school degree, that wouldn't get them their college degree. It's basically like when you tell your brain to do something, not to do something else, right? Okay, when you tell your brain to do something, like I'm gonna move my arm, I'm gonna move my left arm, right arm, I'm gonna move both of my arms, I'll move both of my arms. Now see, I have to talk about something else to be able to get back that synapse, or to get back that thought pattern. But what I'm talking about right now is related to that, so technically speaking, I'll be able to get back with my own thoughts, my own thought pattern. But as I break it down, you'll be able to understand that. I mean, I've moved both my arms, and I'm talking about that more often because of the fact that it has a lot to do with forgetting stuff. Like, say for instance, I don't remember any words that Michael Jackson ever sang. Mostly because he doesn't know how to sing, but second off, it's because of the fact that you don't exactly remember everyone's words. Because so you can actually say that when a person says something in Japanese, it's really hard to actually think about stuff like that, because first of all, if you're learning an entire language, then you would think about how that language pertains to your school, to your life, to everything around you. So you use that to be able, as a conduit, to learn other things. But notice that language wouldn't change, not dependent upon you. So that's the same thing as an emotional conduit, but it's like a learning conduit. All right. An emotional conduit has everything to do with just your emotions, but it can make you feel a certain way if you're in a certain mood. Say, for instance, you're thinking about something that happens to you, then yeah, that's an emotional conduit. But learning conduits are things like you associate words with certain words. Like, it's kind of like how the English do when they play a joke or when they're saying something. Mostly in movies, I know that, but I know that that's a part of their language. I mean a part of their social construct at least, not so.
That is beyond annoying.
The two, there's a lot of social constructs that go into other different places and different things with different people. So I'm not gonna like just say that English people say those things, but I'm gonna say that they say other things.
Citizens report
I don't really
a
know them
pedestrian-involved accident on Great Ocean Highway in Pacific Bluff.
But saying also that those conduits that we use, we purposely kind of think about every once in a while to compress the information into the easiest terms that we can say. So I'd say like learning conduits is like like you say like the conduit. The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plains. It's more of a thing for speech, I guess. It rhymes, so you get everything that you want to get out of it. And in Spain, it does rain in the plains, most likely. I have no idea. It really doesn't matter to me. So, thinking about all those things that are happening, what you have to understand is the reality of what we think about learning conduits is that it can create a reflex in our own mind. So when we think about certain things, or when we try to not think about certain things, like either emotional hurt or just something that you don't feel like listening to, like a song you don't feel like listening to, it can it shuts you off from other parts of those things, I guess. I don't know. You can cut yourself off from a lot of different things just by not talking, but just by reacting to yourself or reacting to certain different things. You can cut yourself off emotionally from an experience that you otherwise enjoy. Say, for instance, like I don't like a certain kind of music, and this guy's gonna fight me, so he's actually bartering for his car. He wants fist punches. Alright, we're gonna leave him alive. I'm just gonna steal her car, it'll be fine. Alright, I just farted. So.
You chump!
Alright. So, talking about different things that I've realized over my tenure of doing stuff and saying different things. This isn't just for me, you know. There's other people that believe and think like this. So I'm not saying this just for me. So I'm saying this to get this out. But I'm also saying this for like in case anybody ever wants to research it or ever realize that it's true, you know. And some of the stuff that I say is bonkers, and some of the stuff I say is weird. But also know that that's the character to make you think, you know, because I like making fun of myself and other things, and of religion and politics and other things like that. But because the way that they thought about things for a very long time has been wrong. Because, I mean, the way that politicians have tried to run everything and realized that no, it's made up of people. You're gonna have to listen to those people, and those people are going to scrutinize the ever-living shit out of you. So, they can, but they'll also find that pretty much everything I said was true over the top. Except for Zombie Jesus, I guess. Zombie Jesus is not true. Probably not true. I have no idea. I really don't know, because there's no amount of sun that you can take unless you're in air conditioning or you have air conditioning. You know, it's like there's only so much of sun you can take, and I don't really believe that people were actually unless their houses were all made of salt, and that's what they did when they were doing stuff like what's the word? I don't know. I really just don't know how a person could live in that climate. I mean, granted, I don't know. Without brain damage, I have no idea. I really don't know. I mean, maybe the vegetables there have a certain protein in them that allows people to live in certain conditions. I don't know. It's explainable by science somewhat, you know. And I don't want to die, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going and stop shooting me. Shit. All right. Oh, I was green this time, and I wanted it so bad. It's green. Oh. All right. Twas delicious. Twas so delicious. The tea's so good. Alright. I'm drinking Monster and I'm eating peanut butter M&Ms. I realize these two things don't go together sometimes, but what I'm trying to get back is the flavor of peanut butter and also Flintstones Kid. Because it's a healthy snack, and probably just gonna get a peanut butter. Still on. Here we go. Oh. Still on. Here. Right. I don't know if you heard me the first time I said that. But back to what we learned through different things. Okay. Those things create different reflexes. We can use those reflexes as a part of a pattern in our own. But the human realizes, and that's why we are evolved, because we realize we don't have to use patterns to get those things. We don't have to use patterns to do anything. We don't have to make patterns to do anything. So what the human brain comes up with is successions, certain successions in thought, like I do this to do this and then I move on. I do this to do this and then I move on. I do this to do this and then I move on to the next pattern, you know, next pattern into the next pattern into the next pattern. But the human also realizes that there are patterns. The dog only realizes that he used something to get something. And it may have a lot to do with English, or it may have a lot to do with language structure, but also too, the human realizes that language structure isn't a real thing. It's that your language doesn't have to have exact structure. Hence the reason for words that don't sound right, like crowd being spelled with a W, and drought being spelled with a U. So those things don't make any sense as far as anything goes, but an animal would have believed that it has to make sense because they have to get something out of it. But a human would actually believe that they don't have to get something out of it, and then it would stop people from getting so awesome with their language, and it would make it harder for them because it was things that don't make sense together. Things that don't make sense together. That's the reason why I'm not trying to say that English is like a prominent language or anything like that, because it doesn't make sense. So it's like, but no real language actually makes any sense. So I mean, it doesn't really. It really doesn't. Like, there's that thing. There's literally just pronouns that we can use to get pretty much everything we want in our daily life. Like, how do you get that? How do you get that? And then point. But if you don't have arms, then language is probably very different. So, I mean, it's like I'm not trying to say that language doesn't matter, but I'm also saying that language doesn't have to make sense to everyone, even the person making it, because it can just sound like something. Because people use associative qualities in their own brain to try to figure out, God damn it, these dudes are acting. All right, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. Yeah, okay. People use the associative property of words to try to get to other words in their own speech. So why wouldn't they use an appropriate reflex to try to get away from different things in their life, or trying to get away from certain memories? You know, trying to get away from certain experiences that they saw, or things that they heard, or things that they even did. So, and when people understand that, but yes, I am running from the cops right now, and I'm going to go just get to the gas station, and then I'm going to blow it up and see how long. All right. Brandon.
Dispatch in the suspect's plane.
All right.
Suspect last seen south of the Latin Causeway.
I don't have anything to explode things though. Just run to that car. All right, let's go. Let's go now. It's a hybrid. We're saving the environment one time at a time. All right, or hypothetical. Yay! I'm glad I realized that. All right. So going back to a hypothetical thought pattern. Whatever we do with ourselves as far as a reflex can go, can push us in many ways, can save us from things, and it can also hurt us. But because of mental suggestion, but because of mental suggestion and tone of voice, sometimes people can lose those patterns, or not really. Like, say for instance, my mom was practicing French. She grew up along so many different countries, and she was practicing French, and in a what's the word? In a grocery store with her sister who's present. She was triggered by things that made her embarrassed. And she told me about this story because she thought that I kind of wanted to produce other things besides my brothers and sisters. And our stepbrothers, or brothers and sisters, or stepbrothers and sisters. She was in the grocery store practicing French. She was talking French to everyone and everything, and she was just pointing out different stuff. So then her two sisters did not like that, so she was the butt of a joke, and she said something really stupid. But because of that, my mom was very embarrassed because of her sisters calling her out on speaking French, while no one else was speaking French, basically. So she got embarrassed, and she never spoke a word of French ever again. And it kind of sucks, but she has to know that she is, I guess. So, that whole thing. So it's hard to think about things when you're out there doing stuff and trying to come up with a process to the way you do things. Like it's hard to come up with an actual original pattern, because some things have really been done before, and pretty much everything you could ever think of has been done before in a certain way. But I mean, the way you do it and the person you are as the way you do it, it doesn't really matter what people think about you. You just, I guess, I mean, give it your best shot, you know? But making those purposeful reflexes is sometimes a recipe for failure. Like a person who organizes too much. Saying that you're organized is a good thing, but also organizing things too much can give you what's the word? Obsessive compulsive disorder. It's a disorder basically that can be cured with calming relaxation and meditation and realizing that it's just not that big of a deal. Realizing that that obsessive compulsive disorder is kind of made up. It's just people who are very nervous and use reflexes and different things to try to get rid of the nervousness that have gone through an emotionally distraught process. Like, say for instance, you get a friend of yours shot right in front of you, or you do something to try to make it go away, and then the cops come or something like that, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So every single time something gets really, really bad that you don't understand, you have to understand that making those assumptions and realizing those things happen to people, you can really try really hard to understand what people are actually going through even when they're sitting still and they're pretty much in their own sitting in their own skin, basically, not realizing that they have a problem, I guess, but not realizing that reflex itself is problematic. Not really realizing that they have a problem, because you can't say to someone that you have an immediate problem if they're not actually showing the emotional conduits that actually make those things. You can pretty much, it's like a crime, but you have to catch them in the act. You have to say, this is behavior that is ill conducive to you, but people don't understand that they can make and that can give a lot of people the excuse to make anything an ill conducive activity or thing. And that kind of makes me angry, because I like energy drinks and I want people to leave me alone about it. Yeah, I heard that. So someone just told me fuck me. That's called my landlord. She gives two shits about me. Great. But but I like energy drinks and yeah, okay. Hold on 1 second. I shall be back. All right, we're back, and we're talking about memory lapses, things that cause memory lapses. People try to say that it's drugs and all that other different stuff, and no, Dylan's not here. Why? The things that we believe about certain things about memory lapses, because our brain can rewire itself with things that we've heard of before. We can remember things in waves, and like we've heard something before, and it triggers something that they call nostalgia, but it's just memories, happy memories. So, I mean, I'm talking to my audience of 0 people, Jacob. Jeez. That's my younger brother. He's going to be joining us for this podcast. I'm going to start things off with a game. Here we go. This is called Find as Many Ramps as Possible. This is what this game is called. And we're going to jump it. He is talking to the dog. I don't know why he's talking to the dog.
You won't get away with this! Someone stop that guy!
What's going on? He's going furniture shopping tomorrow. Jacob is going furniture shopping tomorrow. For all intents and purposes, Jacob, what's your nickname for the for this live stream? What's your nickname for this live stream? The War Eagles? No, I don't know. But you're gonna have to pick a name soon because you're gonna be part of this live stream quickly.
No one's in the live stream.
Yes, they are. They're gonna watch it later. It's not in their schedule right now. Yeah, I'm bored. So, okay, back to memory lapses. People
That was close!
can
You don't see this car
create
here!
memory lapses through concussions, different things like that, but they get their memory back at some point or another. And that's the reason why I played football, to know about therapy in high school. To know about therapy. I know about physical therapy. I broke my leg. I know about mental therapy. I was diagnosed schizoaffective. And I'm pretty smart.
Oh, I am so sorry!
So, I'm tooting my own horn. Thanks, Jacob, for showing me that. And,
For fuck's sake!
memory lapse. See? We just had one right there. Memory lapse right there. We forgot what we were talking about. So happy I had to go help mess with this goddamn shop vac. It's a shop vac, Leslie. That's what it's called. Shop vacs are wet or dry. Whatever, it's a shop vac.
So yeah, I'm gonna go furniture shop tomorrow.
Jacob's going furniture shopping.
The place looks pretty good.
You already said that.
Good for a profit. Why?
Yeah, they're blowing up the twin tires again. Shit.
We'll go over to Big Lock and see what they have.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I'm not going to the city trying to get furniture.
Except these twin towers are gonna be. All right. Memory lapses. So, memory lapses themselves. They gotta, you know, they gotta be all right. Bah. Jeez, dude, I'm doing terrible at driving right now. I need to go to the military base. Oh wait, there's another gas station here. Yes! This gas station has a thing. It's got a thing, it's got a thing, it's got a thing. I know it does. Where is it at? Where did it go? Yes, jerry can. Awesome. I'm awesome. I'm awesome. L1. There we go. We got this. Okay, this is how you make a circuit. This game is called Blow Up the Gas Station, but methodically. Alright. Doop 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 doop
Okay, how about you
doop
make a line to the road
doop
and then
doop
explode the car
doop 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 doop
underneath the...
doop
When the car drives over it, explode the car.
I don't know how I'm gonna do that, Jacob.
Put it to the freaking road. The car will drive over it and explode the car, then it'll ignite the fucking the line. Yes. What is the gas station attendant doing right now? Oh, fuck it.
I don't feel like working here anymore.
It's him again. Fuck it. We'll just rebuild.
There we go. We're gonna see how this happens, because this is gonna be fun. See, this is what creates memory loss. Breathing in fire. Breathing in fire can create memory loss. We'll show you how. There we go. Alright. See how this creates memory loss? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here. Oh my god. Still don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here, you bastard. You better... Oh my god. It didn't even go. It didn't even go. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. I have to go. See, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
We have an explosion in
What is it?
East Pacific Bluff.
Freaking, are you serious? Alright, gosh. See? Oh my god! See, that's how you create memory loss. Alright, in real world situations. So. Alright, so when we understand that yes, memory loss can happen. It can be because of a vitamin deficiency. It can be because of certain drugs over time. It can be because of certain things over time. Like just doing the same thing over and over. The daily routine. You forget about stuff that may actually happen during your life, like ballet recitals or parent stuff or non-parent stuff, like going out with people, or even just like like everyday stuff, like forgetting that your clothes are in the garage and you haven't washed them yet. You know, like that, like because you're doing a live stream. You know, that stuff. Every single time I walk away from them, I forget about them. Every time you go away, you take a piece of me with you. Every time you go away. What?
Jackass! You're getting robbed!
Alright, we're gonna drive over to that really fast car. And we're gonna get that one. Alright.
No, I just used a different one.
Is this an Aston Martin knockoff? That's right, honey.
That is shaving it perfect.
So tight. So amazing. Also, alright, realizing that certain things in memory can trigger other things in your memory to actually happen, and different kind of things. You'll understand the psychosomatic and the suggestive of what schizoaffective disorder actually is. It's because you're constantly internalizing every single thought. So every word you hear, you'll hear a different variation of every single other word. But also some people who are functioning schizoaffective, people who are called sociopaths, which is really stupid if you think about it, because you know, like, they're just functioning schizophrenics. And yes, that's what schizoaffective means. So technically, people who have schizoaffective disorder do not have to usually take medication, because I was in a bad relationship when I first started taking medication, and or when I first started being force-fed medication, basically, because I wasn't forced to take medication after they realized that I wasn't ADD. So, but I'm gonna take all these cars, and we're gonna see how many cars we can explode.
Joe, shut up.
What? That's our guest Jacob chiming in.
Shut up.
What?
No.
All right, we're gonna go to the 15 gas station, see how many cars we can explode.
It's minimalistic. But so I'm very like,
Which street is it on?
Royal Street.
Royal?
Yeah, it's like down in
Oh, it's in America.
yeah.
I used to live on Royal Street.
Which Royal Street? The one on Frenchman Street? The one by Frenchman, or the one by?
I lived like 2 blocks.
All right, that's cool.
Royal Street. By the 3
That's cool. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Wait, I lived 2 blocks.
So,
Esplanade.
back to my live stream. Memory lapses can be caused by overuse of certain, sometimes hallucinogens. People can create certain things with their own brains. And then, oh my God, the car disappeared. We can't go away from it. We gotta start taking them from here. All right. So since we go that far away from it, for the cars to be there, we're gonna have to get something very precise to where we can get more cars. Stay right there.
Yeah, this is a 1-bedroom. Which means.
All right. All right. Now they're all going in the opposite direction. Let's just see if we can. Let's just see if we can set on fire the first time. We're gonna make another conduit thing because this is fun. You gotta learn different patterns
I'd like
to make different things. All right, we're gonna get that thing, and we're gonna do that thing, and we're gonna go do that thing. All right, we're gonna put the line going from the car
Suspect last seen on Del Perro
All
Freeway
right.
in Pacific Bluff.
LSPD, hold it!
I'm putting some gas down, guys. It's very volatile chemicals. All right, wait, hold on. Let me do.
LSPD, free! Loser!
We have a visual. Moving in.
All right, we're gonna see what we can do with a sniper round.
Units reporting a criminal resisting arrest in East Pacific Bluff.
We can't do anything with it because we were holding a cigarette. All right.
This is messed up.
All right, we're back, and we are on this one now. We are trying to figure out where this gas station can go so we can get more cars. Which one? Why? Is he stupid? No, she's not stupid. Yeah, memory lapses. Like people, or that's the good one. Yeah, a lack of care. Lack of care having to do with memory lapses. Okay, cool. Yeah. So,
Probably at the end of this month. 20th. Right now, so probably like the 28th.
you gonna give her some rent money? You gonna give Leslie some rent money?
Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you, man. All right. All right, now we have to see if we can make a pattern from this gas line. Yes, we just broke that tree. We don't care what it. This is what it was doing. All right. All right. We're just gonna keep on keeping on. Put a little. There we go. Thing right here. There we go. Thing right here. 81. There we go. Thing right here. There we go. Thing right here again. There we go. Making a good line. Hard line to this. There we go. Making a good one. Alright, we're gonna see if we can make it go this way. And just there we go. There we that's some good cream fish. That is some good cream fish. Some good cream fish. All right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and damn it. See if we can make a good pattern or a bad pattern. I think I'm gonna lose a lot of memory on this one. There we go. It's going. We're gonna see what's going. It's going again. Going. Boom. There we go. Keep going. Keep going.
We've got a 996
It's happening. It's gonna happen.
East Pacific
See
Bluff.
it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Shit! That's called a shockwave. I was killed by the shockwave. I should have used a sniper bullet. Thinking back, I should have used a sniper bullet. Damn it. What's my problem? Alright. Back to memory lapses. So patterns can create memory lapses. So we can randomize thinking patterns and not understand the reasons why. Not that we did those things, but how to get back to a certain equilibrium. So when we're thinking about a certain equilibrium, what we have to think about is that we weren't thinking about that to get back to that equilibrium. We weren't thinking about that certain pattern. Shut, Jacob, shut your goddamn mouth. We weren't thinking about that certain equilibrium. It's like coming up with a story, basically, in your own head. And when you come up with that story in your own head, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I gotta stick to this story because this is a story that I like. This is the thing that makes me me, kind of thing. You know, I was born a certain way. I felt emotionally a certain way when I was born. And all that other different stuff. So when we think about emotional distraughtness or emotional hurt or emotional stuff, it just makes us quit it, Bo. It makes us think about certain things. Shut up, Bo. Alright, I'm throwing the rope for Bo. Alright, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can put back into it. Put back into it. Back into it. Okay. What can I do? I gotta get the camera. Alright, so let's see what kind of pattern we can make by starting right about here. Alright, we're not going to be listening, just turning it down, yes. Because no matter how stupid it sounds, it is copyrighted music.
Nobody watches this.
Alright, don't care. Your face is a whore. Not really, Jacob. I don't really think of you in that nature. Alright. Alright, I think we're down to about 6 now. And we're done.
Oh, shit!
Alright, we're going to see if we can go back to this place we started. And then... there we go. We got another one. There's another one. There's another one. And we're gonna, yes, we're gonna see how much of a pattern we made by... stand by clock. There we go. Making it happen. Making it happen. All right. There we go. going. It's going. It's going. Is it going? Yeah, we gotta run. We gotta run. We gotta run. Gotta get back. There we go. Oh, damn it. A 65-year-old Texas man at gunpoint. You'll be released. Alright, we're back. We're back from the bathroom break. I know it didn't sound like I washed my hands, but I washed my hands. Don't question it. Alright. According to SoundCloud, he didn't make any fucking money off of that at all. Alright. Nobody's hearing what I'm hearing right now. But, alright. Memory lapses.
We have a
Seeing as how I forgot what I was talking about a few minutes ago. What we can think about with memory lapses is that those things... Bo! Quit it! Alright. Let's see, yes. Memory lapses. What we can think about as far as emotional hurt with memory lapse is we try to cut ourselves off from the thought that actually hurt us. Or the thought that we thought hurt us, but we're actually going through physical pain from it. Like, seeing as how people go through the shakes, stutters, different things like that. When people are going through a certain amount of emotional hurt, what people have to understand is they can't remember anything about themselves. They can't remember basically their own phone number sometimes, and it doesn't have to do with the drugs or with anything like that, because you can remember a series of numbers in your sleep, basically. Not remember series of numbers in your sleep, but you can. But when you memorize a series of numbers when you're awake, you can actually dream about that series of numbers and what they try to mean to you. Because even though, if you're not aware of your own thoughts and how they mix and match and try to push and shove things together, because it's the synapse firing. It's not like a pleasant thing that happens inside your head sometimes. It's literally like mini tiny bolts of lightning happening inside of your own head. So what you have to think about is those synapses pulsing, basically, is because you are a chemical being. So I mean, don't question it, And no, there's not creationism in it, because I'm sure there are people that actually did just form from microbes. So I mean, when you're understanding about science. When you're understanding about science actually tries to make sure that I guess when you're understanding about science tries to make sure that you can or can't be somewhere with something, with someone, or something. What you have to understand is even when you're with, that's a good example. When you're with someone and when you try to do something without someone. It's like a part of you wants them to be there or wants someone to be there. Someone that you think will actually pay attention to you. So when that person is not there, you're like, wow, man, I really don't believe that I just hit that tree down again. Hit the wrong button. Dude, they didn't like that tree. It's a lie. The trees are lies. Give me money. You're not fast. I'm faster than you're fast. I'm faster than you're fast. I'm way faster than you're fast. I'm way faster than you're fast. You're not running anywhere. You're not running anywhere. Oh, that's a good one. Immediately in times of emergency, like your I guess your emergency, you think your emergency training would actually kick in, right? And sometimes that's wrong because in war situations, people have been known to panic and run sometimes. So it's even in a bunch of situations where people actually found, or because they haven't really figured out that situation, or haven't really understood that situation at all. What they need to understand is that situation itself is going to arise no matter what they say. So that certain visual cues sometimes actually get you ready for, ooh, a motorcycle. That's right, a motorcycle. So it may sound like my train of thought isn't going anywhere, but it really is, because an emotional, because I like to talk, I guess, because it helps me understand and realize different things. It helps me basically train my brain to be able to do more than one thing, and it helps me get the information out that I really think should get out as far as therapy goes, because that's literally the reason why I wanted to leave New Orleans, because of the fact that people who could relate to you, or people who you wanted to relate to you, don't even like show their faces sometimes. I mean, there's so much, there's either so much crime that people don't want to do anything about it, or don't want to say anything because they believe that something is wrong with the city, or someone is trying to hurt them, or, I mean, because there's paranoia everywhere you look, alright? There's paranoia, there's reasons for paranoia constantly. There's reasons for paranoia, crime, murder, stuff like that. You know, like, there's reasons for like, because paranoia is just fear. It's just overdeveloped fear. That's what you have to understand. It's like, it really is. Because you're set off by anything, I guess, is what I'm saying. And not to say that your thought patterns are set off by anything, but your fear is set off by anything, and that's what paranoia is. So, I mean, so when people try to explain things like, oh, you're paranoid, and they don't even know the definition of paranoia, then they don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or what they're talking about, basically. Because I really hate it when everybody else tries to act like a therapist, but everyone like that actually is a therapist doesn't get the amount of credit that they deserve for actually being a therapist, because people have tried to self-diagnose themselves for a really long time. And not to say that they have to go to a certain amount of mental hospitals, you just have to realize they're not professionals at shit. So, and I'm not saying I'm a professional in any right. The only reason why I'm actually even partially qualified to actually talk about this stuff is
Let it fucking go. That's important to me.
So, alright, when you're thinking about a bunch of stuff about that, about memory lapse and also emotional cues and emotional different things that set us off, like
Western Fort Santiago.
we have to talk about different reasons for it. Okay. Alright, let's talk about examples. Alright, examples are
This is a no-fly zone. Divert your course.
me looking at the play and constantly trying to
Charlie 4 here. We're in the air and on our way.
Shit! I really should have went right or left. That's pretty good.
No, watch. This is fucking crazy. He makes two
All right.
dudes collide with each other.
Snap, snap, snap.
That's pretty good, man.
All right. So now that we watched those two plays, we're gonna go back to memory lapse, and we're gonna try to see if we can remember what we were talking about. So, as going through certain patterns and different things like that, to say that you're okay, different patterns and things like that. Because I'm trying to figure out what I was talking about earlier, Jacob. That's what I'm doing. Right? Okay. 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 Okay, so realizing that certain memory patterns and different things cause certain fears and certain reflexes in certain people, and people who have either gone through emotional trauma or physical trauma could have gone through a certain amount of type of things in order to make them basically, I guess it could actually make a person a social retard in some ways, because of the way they've been treated by people, of the way they've been treated by things, and the way they've been trying to make people understand that that yes, there are certain ways that people people don't understand is clicking marks are terrible. And we're gonna do away with them.
They're making fun of people who say Conor McGregor's not training.
Yeah.
So he's like, everything in the gym, kicks it. He doesn't punch it. The only boxing except the last look.
All right.
We've got an explosion on Del Perro Freeway.
Copy that. We're in the area.
Not your wife. You have no idea.
Jacob, it's a joke. Yes, it is. That was fun.
Officers report a criminal resisting arrest
All right.
Pacific Bluff.
We're going somewhere. And the last one. The piece de resistance. It should provide some sufficient cover so I can run over this hill. All right, memory lapses. Let's talk about more kinds of memory lapses. Sometimes as you get older, you can experience what is a memory lapse, and a constant memory lapses because of, I guess, prolonged usage of the sun, prolonged usage of a certain product. It could be because of a cleaning product in your house. It could be because of other things, and people don't understand that they have to get vitamins in order to get that stuff back. To be able to think about those things again, and to be able to think about pretty much anything you want to think about again, and sometimes people starve themselves, and it's not a good idea. It's really not a good idea to starve yourself. It's even if you're about to, your main mission is just to lose a few pounds, then you shouldn't starve yourself. Sometimes, in some cases, depending upon your metabolism and your metabolism rhythm, basically, because your metabolism has a rhythm, and it speeds up, it slows down over certain courses of seasons, over certain courses of diet strains. I mean, it's what you should think about, definitely, because it's what everyone should think about, because if you don't have this information, then you're not going anyplace, you know? So, think about those things that I just said. Going into what people should understand is a dark zone for most people as far as therapy goes, because if it's therapy, then they should tell you how to eat, not give you the crappiest food you can possibly imagine. So basically, it's stupid to think that you need crappy food in order to be able to think straight, or you need a certain kind of diet, like a certain grain, to actually be able to think straight, because grains never helped anyone, I guess, as far as things go. I mean they help people as far as with vitamin deficiencies, but if you have a memory lapse problem, then a vitamin deficiency isn't the only thing you have, you know? So it has to do with, it's literally prolonged sun abuse. Like, if people abuse the sun, they think that it makes them young and look vigorant, vibrant. I don't know what the fuck that is, that word just then. But I think it makes them look young and vibrant, basically. But in actuality, sometimes it can cause skin disease. It can cause a bunch of different stuff, because our sun is a radioactive material. All right, so there's that. All right, remembering that the sun is radioactive material. You should stay away from it because it'll give you cancer. You shouldn't go near it, so don't go to Mercury, I guess. No time for Venus, you know, all that other stuff. So just don't, you know, because it's hot. It knows that it's hot. It'll be hot for a while, you know, that thing, you know. So just think about all the good stuff, you know, like the stuff that you should actually, like, you know, think about, you know, that stuff. Alright, thinking about what makes you you. As far as memories, as far as thoughts, as far as characteristics and things that you like. Because I'm just randomizing my topics right now. So, alright, we're gonna think about that as far as that while we set some shit on fire. Alright, so we're not going to use the shotgun. Patterns that we believe in are, and also it has to do with some people believing in possession, and I don't really believe in possession as much as I believe in suggestion, because it's like another thing telling your body what to do. It's like taking too many vitamins, basically, almost like taking way too many vitamins and realizing that, like, you probably shouldn't have done that, you know. You probably shouldn't have taken too many vitamins in your own body, and just like so like just remember, like, you can think about different stuff, you'll be able to know different stuff, but take it slow. Take every day the way it's supposed to be. And there we go. It's on. And the pattern we see is probably going to happen very soon. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Alright. Alright, let's dump that car out of there. Alright. There we go.
Citizens report a 996 south of
I don't like this guy, so we're gonna pick him.
Causeway.
Alright, we got one gas station left. Gonna hit the gas tank and then... Alright, we're gonna walk through what we made for ourselves. Beautiful, amazing pattern, and we didn't even throw up the... We did. Oh, that's on fire! Alright, so... We're gonna go and we're gonna put on our helmet first. Because we're American bred, American made. American bred, American made.
For fuck's sakes.
American bred.
Dispatch, we have a visual. Moving in.
And it has a lot of misunderstandings between us and pretty much everyone else. It's pretty much language barriers. Because we all think that Spanish people are really, really prevalent about how romantic they are.
Suspect moving 90 miles per hour north of
Mexican people like Spanish.
the Los Zancudo Causeway.
Even though they're and Aztecian. So there's that. But I want to forget about their history. So we'll just forget about it. Yeah, and there's no complete filing of paperwork to actually back that up. That's what the Bible's for. I'm just going through different things that I would think is stupid, but that I would think that are stupid because like people try. Oh, that's an unbelievably really good reference. Okay. Thinking about how we replace memories in our head about things that happened in the past, because there's been revisions after revisions of a certain Bible or a certain book, or there's the limited edition of a certain book that has extras in it and stuff, and we try to think about how the book made us feel moreover than the words we memorized, and we start realizing that we missed stuff. Or we start realizing that they put extra stuff in, or they took some stuff out, and realizing that sometimes we needed that crucial scene to be able to feel emotionally, what's the word? Complete in that construct, in that book. So what we can realize and really realize is that when we ourselves first become emotionally complete, or emotionally helped, I guess, or emotionally better, I guess. What we have to understand is, what we must understand is, I have to fart. What we must understand is we can't afford to lose parts of ourselves in order to actually get to a certain place. I want to draw so badly, but I feel like I'm mentally blocked from being able to draw like that at the moment, because not because of anyone else's doing, because it's like an easy out to say that it's somebody else's fault for your emotional distraughtness, you know, or or inspirational lacking. But it's not right to say that because it's stupid. I mean, why would you even blame someone else for your own emotional constructs, you know? Or emotional or physical or anything like that, unless they were beating you. So in defense, you need to defend yourself, is not beat them back, but block and then call help, and then that's it. So that's good. So or block and then push them down and then run away if there's no police, I guess. And then I'm not making a joke or anything like that. If there are no police to speak of around your certain area and you are getting attacked, then run or don't fight back. Run and call for help. That's the best probable thing. It's like not incapacitating someone because they're doing something stupid. And trust me, I've been known to defend myself. So very, very well most of the time. And what people should understand, and most things is they should really, really get to know me before they start to like do things, because I've had instances where people have just threatened my life, and it's been really, really hard to not want to punch them straight in the face and ruin their entire grill, or just like put on some like brass knuckles. I mean, it's been really hard, but that's called anger management, and that's for another time. It's not homicidal or suicidal to want to defend yourself.
This is
With
fucking annoying.
What? Jacob, I'm doing a live stream. You want to shut up now?
It's been a fucking hour. I'm just straight talking.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of fucking dragging up. It's kind of annoying. That's all.
Lucky miss.
What, Jacob?
Oh,
What, Jacob?
shut up.
What? I'm not an idiot.
I'm not saying you're being facetious. It's fucking annoying. If I sat
What
here
does
and fucking-
facetious even mean, Jacob?
You think I'm that dumb?
No. What does facetious mean, though?
Facetious means you're kidding. Facetious means you're being less than, I guess, you would say you're joking with someone.
No, I'm not joking about the whole memory lapse stuff. That's actually happened to me, Jacob.
Okay, that's
the reason
cool.
why I'm sharing
I don't care about the subject of it. You've just been talking for an hour and a half, and it's a little annoying.
Jacob. Shut up. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Game therapy.